Although I started my career as an opera singer for many years, I became very aware that actually as a singer you get included into the process of an opera production fairly late.
So Yvonne first came and sang with Stowe Opera as The Witch and Hansel and Gretel. We were talking one night and she said she'd love to direct Carmen one day. When I thought about it, I thought, this is such a wacky idea, I like it. Let's try it. We did, and it worked extraordinarily well.
I just found it absolutely riveting how much work goes into an opera production. And I just wanted to be part of it.
The first time I worked with Yvonne, she was director, just director. Then I worked with her as a singer, just a singer. And this is the first time I've worked with her as both a singer and a director.
It's a fascinating process working with the director being the fellow singer.
The source of where you're coming from in what you're trying to achieve with the production can be very much driven by yourself as you are on stage yourself.
You're aware of whether she's in character or out of character, whether she's looking at you as the character or not.
As a singer on stage, being directed by a singer, we're certainly looked after and completely understood.
It's quite wonderful to have the director up there and in the same world as you.
This is very visible and therefore very much in your character. I'm always involved in the costume design and then the props management.
Then we've got the 2 ribbons for the Countess.
So you can really play with that when he throws it up. That's great. This is going to be working really well, actually. That's lovely.
It's a team effort. Everybody's involved, and she's interested in every aspect of the production, and she has a concern for every aspect.
What I think makes the most sense is to have a camera, have a digital camera that rolls with the main rehearsals. When you, as the director, look at a run-through, you will never be able to look at the entire stage. As soon as you look stage right, you'll miss something that's going on stage left. When you're filming it, you can rewind and make sure that you get every detail. It can really help to make it an organic process. There is an added strand of making this work. How do you manage a cast? How do you convince them with your ideas? What is very important from the directorial point of view is to create an atmosphere in a rehearsal room that is productive, that is disciplined, where people feel that they can explore and find out about their character within the guidance that they're given.
She always has the time to discuss what motivates our characters, even if it's only about small things. And I think it gives the whole piece a much greater dimension.
It's very concise, it's very well put out, it's very imaginative.
You know, because I think she doesn't want to just do the general production that everyone has seen, but I think she really wants to stay true to the musicality and to the sets and the costumes. She's found really, really clever ways of presenting the direction, the staging in particular. She's come up with some terribly, terribly clever moments for all of us.
It's a very complex and complicated story, and I think as a director you will never find all the answers. It's all about human relationships. And I've worked very carefully with the cast on the relationships that they have with each other.
So we never end up with beige recitatives which run on for a long time with generalised emotions. It's always very detailed.
As a director, I think Yvonne is very sensitive, very thoughtful, and very clever.
Working with Yvonne is fascinating and very inspiring.
There's something quite special about somebody who really understands the medium that they're directing.
With this
particular interpretation, I think, sort of very sort of realistic.
They have managed to engage with us and bring us in.
Wonderful, very professional. The framework is very sort of personal.
The comedy is brilliant.
I've seen many productions of Nozze di Figaro, but this was a terrific one.
My directing is very much led by instincts, I would say. And this comes from an acute awareness of the amazing mix that you get in opera. And that consists of the drama on one hand, the musical awareness on the other, and thirdly, the singer's approach, the singing. All of those things, because I've experienced them as a singer on stage and I've experienced them as a director from out front, create just an acute instinct where I can't even quite put my finger on it. Why it works, it just seems to work.